Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. Previously, we made our way to a new camp called Beaver Hollow. Got everybody there. We had to take out some of the Murphy brood because it was one of their places. Rescued a girl. And then at camp, Molly showed up, revealed that she had been talking to the Pinkertons about the bank job, and Miss Grimshaw killed her. So after that, we went to Saint Denis to meet up with Sadie. Arthur started getting really sick and was diagnosed with tuberculosis, which I went on a long discussion about in the previous episode. And then we met up with Sadie to kind of take a hot air balloon over the penitentiary where we think John is being held, and found him there. And so what we're going to do now is essentially go and rescue him and then see where things play out from there. So let's just jump right into it. Gotta love the weather.
The thing is, Sadie, I really can't... I must come. He's my husband.
I know he's your husband, but it's gonna be... Well, it's gonna be violent.
Yeah, let's take these.
I can handle myself just fine. I'm coming. I insist.
Insist all you like. Ain't happening. Arthur, tell her.
Tell her what?
She ain't coming with us to collect her husband.
Abigail, you ain't coming. That's the end of the matter.
See, there you heard him. Now let's go.
But
nothing. It'll be quicker and easier with just the two of us. Plus, John will be calmer without worrying about you. Ain't complicated.
Well, I ain't the crying sort, but I'm real grateful.
Yeah, we know you are. We'll bring him back to you.
Thank you. Thank you both.
All right, here goes nothing. The place is surrounded by marshland. Should hopefully give us a bit of cover to move in close enough to find a spot and look for John. This time of day, prisoners will probably be working the fields.
Then all we gotta do is take out all the guards and row our way out of there. Seems simple enough.
How many times, Marston?
Okay, bring us over. We good? Let's head for that watchtower.
Okay.
Stay low.
Just want to put out there how insane this is.
There's a guard up there.
I'll deal with him.
Okay, I'll follow you up.
Okay, come on up.
Looks like it could be him.
All right. Where's John?
Hey, I think I see him. There's a group in front of that barn, just to our right.
Ah, yeah. I see 2 guards. Okay, take them out. And let's go get our boy.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait, shit! I don't think that was John.
Well, let's go over there and see.
Okay, come on. I think one of those guards was still moving. Come on, Arthur. Let's keep moving.
Where is he? You see him?
No. You. Mister. You know John Marsden?
He ain't working today.
Put the gun down, lady.
No. You put the gun down. Now. Where's John Marston?
He ain't in the work detail today.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go and get him together. Try anything, I'll blow your damn head off. You clear on that?
Yes, very clear.
Oh, no, you don't.
Come on, partner. Hey, why don't you apologize to the lady for pointing a gun at her?
Excuse me?
I said apologize.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Ain't no harm done.
So, where do we go?
Towards the entrance, I guess.
And who's in charge of this fine establishment?
Jameson, sir.
Jameson who?
No, Mr. Jameson. Heston Jameson.
Is he a nice fella?
He's been quite an exacting boss at times.
I look forward to meeting him.
They're not gonna let you do this.
Well, that's gonna be up to you, my friend.
Come on.
Cross the bridge.
Please.
So, you a popular employee, my friend?
Not especially.
Well, I guess we're about to find out.
That's comforting, right?
Come on, march him straight up to the front gate.
You better hope someone in there actually gives a damn about this fool.
Guess we'll see. We're gonna have to shoot our way out of here regardless.
Hold your fire!
Stay down.
Shit. No.
Okay, friend, be cool now. Just do as I say.
Put the weapons down, now!
Jameson! Is Jameson in?
He's in Saint Denis. They got Milliken.
Got him and gonna kill him. Unless you bring me John Marston. Right now. You got 1 minute. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. Milliken, is it?
Yes, sir.
Will you count for me? I got talking to do.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. From 1 or 4?
Oh,
sir?
very funny. No, we must be at 11 by now.
11, 12, 13,
Faster.
14, 15, 16, 17.
Now hurry up! Well, this poor fool's gonna get his brains shot out. And over what? For nothing. Milliken, don't stop counting. I can't hear you.
Hurry up and bring that asshole out here, you bastards! Come on!
Don't cry, buddy.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, I know. Hey. Hey. John.
Hello, you two.
Now, no funny business. Or Mr. Milliken here will stop crying once and for all. Okay. Today's your lucky day. Let's go.
Oh, shoot. So, aw, dang, come on.
Okay. Today's your lucky day. Let's go.
Let's clear these and make a run for it!
Wrong button.
Let's finish this is your last mistake! Look out! Someone coming out the front gate! Cover us! Joe, let's move!
Okay, let's go.
We got you covered, Arthur! Come on! Here comes some more! Get down!
Been a while, John.
You're telling me? What took you so long?
I'll explain later.
Was that you in the balloon?
Yeah. Believe me, that was my and only time flying.
Okay, fellers! Time to go! Get behind something!
Look out on the left! Coming from the board!
Let's go.
It's over!
More behind us! Find some cover! Behind you!
We gotta move! Get out of here!
We got a boat! This way! Follow me! Get down! Hold so we can get to the boat! Come on, Arthur!
Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Remedy.
What are you doing? Let's go!
I'm coming.
We're running out of time, Arthur!
You always seem to need rescuing, Marston.
Nice to see you, Arthur.
There's some fellas coming here. Don't look too friendly. We best get out of here.
Come on, boys, let's move! I'll row. You shoot.
Seriously?
Let me. You're a better shot.
Right, fine. You just relax and enjoy yourself, John. Leave the real work to them as can still handle it.
Thanks.
Keep them off us.
You're breathing your last breath. Thanks for the hospitality, boys.
You know, I think I liked you better when you was all Trussed up like a prize chicken.
No doubt.
Oh, hurry up! They're gonna be on our tails soon enough if you boys keep wasting time.
Oh, that's us told them.
Hey, Arthur. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Let's go. We should get out of here quick before the law gets wind of this.
So what the hell happened in Saint Denis? Is Abigail all right?
She's fine. Jack is too. She managed to escape when they got Hosea.
Hosea. That still don't seem real, somehow. All them years. Arthur. He was like family.
Yeah, we lost young Lenny, too.
No. What a goddamn mess. And did we... What about the money?
Lost somewhere at the bottom of the ocean.
What? How the hell did that happen?
We hit on a boat. It's the only way out of there. The boat went down in a storm, and we ended up stranded on an island somewhere near Cuba.
Cuba? Wait, you're gonna have to tell me all this again.
It's a long story, but things ain't been good, John.
You're telling me?
We're holed up now in the mountains to the north, near Roanoke Ridge, and some caves there. The Pinkertons caught up with us again, and we had to move.
Yeah. Seems Molly ratted us out, the bitch. So she's dead too.
Jesus. Maybe you should have just left me to hang.
And I should warn you, Dutch didn't want us breaking you out. He said it wasn't the right time, so might not be the hero's welcome you're imagining.
So much for no man left behind. I can't stop thinking about this. In the bank, when they grabbed me, he saw it. Felt almost like he had a moment to do something and didn't.
Dutch ain't himself right now.
Clearly.
Maybe he just ain't who we thought he was.
Or that.
Guess we don't need to worry about who's his favorite no more.
Huh. Guess not.
You brought him back to me.
We told you we would.
John! What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, partner.
I meant I hadn't sent for you yet.
I went.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
Is that so?
Yes.
And when Spring and John brings the law down on all of us, what then, Arthur?
Well, I guess we'll have another fight on our hands.
Loyalty, Arthur, it ain't. I had a goddamn plan! John, you are my brother. You are my son. I was coming for you.
They was talking of hanging me, Dutch.
They was talking. They was talking. And now they may come and hang us all.
Arthur. Arthur.
Sorry. I was miles away, thinking of, I don't know.
Dutch said to tell you he and Mike have gone to Annisburg. Something about Mr. Cornwall.
Cornwall. Okay. Thanks, Mary Beth.
You okay, friend?
Never better.
Dutch. You're breaking his heart. You know that.
Did he tell you to say this to me, friend?
No. But I know.
Dutch and that fool at his ear, they're gonna kill every last one of us. I see that now.
I agree. Couldn't help but notice how Micah is just hovering around him.
Seems like we're making a whole lot of trouble for no real reason.
Making trouble for those who deserve it always seemed reason enough for Dutch. Problem is, I ain't sure he cares who he's fighting no more.
You can't kill everyone.
So, now what are the pair of you scheming about now, huh? You goddamn traitors. You were nothing but a street rat when he found you. He believed in you when no other son of a bitch would. Oh, and him? You ain't been nothing but a bad apple from the start. You ain't even been with us a full year and you think you know better. And you? Well, you're the lowest of the lot. Ungrateful sons of bitches. All of you. You'll get what's coming to you.
Arthur. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, he ain't done yet, Abigail. Dutch seems...
To have lost his mind? And no.
Just be careful.
I don't have to be careful. I have you as a friend.
Alright, let's go
Okay, my girl.
meet up with Dutch.
You okay?
What is happening to us?
Good question.
You rest up.
Howdy. If you wouldn't mind coughing in your sleeve, sir, I really can't afford to get sick again this month.
Why don't you just do your job?
Of course, sir, sorry. It's just a polite request is all. So long.
Letter from Theodore Levin. So that's the guy writing the Gunslinger book. Dear Mr. Kilgore, I very much doubt you read the literary pages, but the story of Boy Calloway's final adventures has been quite a sensation. The Wild West may have been tamed, but the appetite for tales of it has not. Ironic, considering what we're playing. The book, of course, is terrible, utter tripe, a saccharine hagiography of a horrible man, but it is selling like hotcakes. And the best thing about writing about saints is that they are dead. Thank the Lord. A wise man once told me the joy of gunslinging was that it was win-win. You get freedom or glory. Calloway can have the freedom, I'll take the glory. and you can have the satisfaction of knowing the truth behind a famous lie, or maybe Calloway has the glory and I have the freedom. I cannot quite decide. Either way, he's dead. Thank you again, good Lord. And half of the proceeds of this nonsense's dissemination are yours. Yours truly, Theodore Levin. I liked Levin. He was an interesting character.
Was you followed?
No.
Was you followed?
I said no!
Okay.
What is your problem?
What is your problem, partner? You don't look so good.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me. I'm fit as a fiddle.
And inside you ain't.
I'm just a realist, friend.
Micah reckons there's a rat.
Oh, does he? On what evidence?
He's only back a minute. Pinkerton show up.
We've been on the run since you two fools went crazy in Blackwater. We barely escaped with our lives in Saint Denis. Now we got a rat.
Well, Molly clearly talked, but who else?
Maybe we pushed things too hard.
Whoa.
Maybe time for folks like us is past. We don't need a rat. We got sloppier than the town drunk, and they know who we are, and where we are, and what we're doing.
Way I see it, best thing we can do is let the week go. Move on, get our money, and start over.
That ain't happening.
Well, something's gotta happen, and fast. Otherwise, Cornwall, them Pinkertons, they've got us penned in here, and ain't none of them stopping.
Well, Cornwall's why we're here. Shall we, Dutch?
Yeah, it's time to go. Let's head to the river.
Oh, leave Cornwall alone. He ain't... We need money, but revenge, now?
Of course it's for money.
Come on, Arthur.
This better not be no stupid revenge mission, Dutch. It ain't worth it.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, Arthur, it's just a simple social call.
Is that what we're calling it now?
So, what are we gonna say to him that needs to be said?
He has been hunting us since Valentine. He is the reason that Hosea got killed. His sugar business is destroying the people of Guarma. This town, Arthur, is his town. He bought it just to destroy these folks. His sugar, his oil, his law.
These are wrongs that you can't right, Dutch. We're wanted men.
So why did you go for John against my wishes?
I didn't want him hanged.
Neither did I.
We're gonna cut a deal, Arthur.
What are you talking about?
We want out, and Cornwall wants us to stop robbing him, and we all know his money is what's keeping the Pinkertons on our tail. He's America, Arthur, and I want out, and he won't let us go.
This ain't making a lot of sense, Dutch.
It will, son. It will. A deal, some noise, and then we're gone.
I don't think Cornwall's gonna make any deals with us.
Cornwall's boat is arriving at dawn. We'll wait it out here. Get down behind these crates so no one sees us.
Wait.
I want to thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Cornwall.
This was a business meeting, Mr. Milton. We are not friends. I have spent a considerable fortune with your agency, and still nothing. This Vanderlyn robs me and laughs at me. I asked for the best. I paid for the best.
We are very close, Mr. Cornwall. I know you've heard this before.
Chance, sir. Send a telegram to Goldberg in New York. Tell him I won't borrow it more than 3.2%. Sorry, no, I have heard it before. And get that army man to pay his portage charge.
Yes, sir.
We are doing all we can within the confines of the law.
The law? I think we both know what you can do with your law. Find me Dutch Vanderlyn. Bring him here. And leave the laws to them as need them. Good day, sir.
Come along, Mr. Ross. We have work to do.
Mr. Didsbury. Mr. Cornwall.
Now listen up, Didsbury. What's all this about strikes? I bought into this mine because of mismanagement, and I intend to make it a success no matter what the cost.
It's the wages. Folk feel that you...
Feel? Business doesn't give two figs about feelings, sir, not two figs. It's a nonsense that will bring a plague on both our houses, sir.
Perhaps there is a plague on your house already, Mr. Cornwall.
What do you want, sir?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Your impudence will be your undoing, sir.
I'm undone already. Even my best friend here, he thinks I'm crazy. And like this poor fellow you are talking to, my feelings are hurt.
You robbed me, sir.
And you robbed him. Funny world.
You show a criminal's grasp of sophistry, sir. I did no such thing.
You kill. I kill. You rob. I rob. Only difference I can see is I choose whom I kill and rob, and you destroy everything in your path.
I've heard just about enough.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live.
I'll do no such thing.
You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man! Noise, Arthur! Noise! You screwed up!
Oh, shit! Pinkertons!
What the hell have you done, Dutch?
Come on! Mike is going after those papers! Let's find him and get out of here! They're shooting from that building! Look out! Up there on the left!
I found something interesting.
Come on! We gotta move! Come on! This way! Up the stairs! Get a move on, Arthur!
Cornwall's men are all over the place. Follow me and stay close.
You're gonna die here! We had enough heat on us before! Now we're gonna be torched, Dutch!
This is the only way! You'll see! Trust me!
Trust you!
You sure you got the lungs for this, Morgan?
Shut the hell up!
We got more up ahead! Clear us some space!
You said this wasn't a revenge mission!
It wasn't! We got what we came for! Those papers! Arthur, come on! Let's go! Let's go!
Finally putting that bastard Cornwall out of business for good.
You put Dutch up to this!
Me? I just follow orders, Morgan.
More up top here! Gun them man down! Let's get the hell out of this place! Shoot that oil wagon! You done messed with the wrong fella!
Come on.
Come on! We can take the horses from that coach! Let's go.
Well, at least we tried talking it out. Boys have lost your minds.
Oh, I felt a lot of guilt in this life, Arthur. I've killed too often, and poorly, but not this time, son. Come on! All right, let's head for the hills, boys. They're trying to block us off. Go right.
Look out! We got more ahead! On the left! More of the bastards!
They're trying to cut us off again.
Go left! Lose them through the river!
Look out, fellas. They're still coming.
Shoot the bastards! Looks like we've lost them.
For now, maybe.
Whoa. We all okay?
Interesting social call. Oh, don't play dumb and superior at the same time, Morgan. We all knew, sooner or later, Cornwall had to go.
Let me see them papers.
It's more attention we don't need. Feels like the whole world's closing in on us. Dutch, it won't be long before they find where we're hiding out now. Especially as we ain't exactly hiding out.
We just need a distraction. Buy us some time. It looks like Mr. Cornwall's company has signed a railroad contract with the Army. And they're also moving dynamite down from, well, the Annesburg mines to Saint Denis to resell. And there's bonds at his oil factory. Maybe there's a way to get them off our back and get the money that we need. Mike, you look into this dynamite. Take Bill, I guess. Arthur, you go too. We are gonna need a lot of it. And Mike, we need to talk. Figure out some things.
Of course, boss. Figure out what?
The plan. Getting out of here. Nothing's changed.
It hasn't, huh?
There's an old house west of Van Horn. Meet me there when you can, Black Lung.
Let's split up. We'll meet up back at camp.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, crazy is one word for it. Also completely ridiculous that you're making plans with Micah and not the rest of us.
Can you help? Can you help me, mister?
What's the problem?
The goddamn horse got spooked and run off.
You hurt?
Not too bad, at least. But he took my damn leg.
Sorry.
He went that way, I think. His name's Buell.
Buell?
Second time a prick named Buell cost me a leg.
Huh?
Buell was my general when I lost it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, if you see an angry bastard of a horse with my wooden leg, I'd be real grateful.
I'll bear that in mind. Okay, girl. There he is. Easy does it, eh?
Dutch one.
Better calm you down. Whoa.
I believe that's a unique type of horse.
Whoa. You'll be all right.
He's so pretty.
Wait. Now come on, Dan. Let's get you back. He's just where you left him. Can't go far with that leg in the stirrup. Can't go bucking him like that. You better be good, you hear? I get the notion he's not a man you want to cross. No matter how big and strong you are. We ain't far now. Nothing gonna spook you here. Come on. You're not so nasty. I found him.
You're a good man, mister. Mr.
Arthur. You're right. He's a brute.
Hamish Sinclair. Yeah, he's a great horse, aside from when the devil got him. Hey, you want to hand me that leg there, please? And while you're at it, give old Buell a kick for me, would you? I'm only kidding. Thank you. Weren't but a snake that spooked him. You're a real gentleman, you know?
Sometimes, maybe. Yeah, how'd you lose a leg?
Oh, in the war. Cannonball. Pretty clean, though. I don't have much pain, and I didn't get any gangrene. A young boy went into battle with me, got cut in half, so all things considered, I'm doing pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. So, how is the false one?
It's okay. I can still hunt, fish, enjoy the outside. Weren't sent too crazy by it. Anyway, I ain't got much to pay you with.
You know, that's okay.
You like fishing? You come with me someday. I know some pretty good spots.
I'm a pretty poor fisherman.
Yeah, well, I'm great, so between the two of us, we do okay. My cabin is right over on the other side of O'Creagh's Run there. Thanks again. You throw me again, you old dumb bastard, I'm gonna put a bullet in you. I'll see you again.
Gotta love Hamish. He's quite the character.
Hey there, girl.
This was supposed to be our little adventure.
You all right there?
Who are you?
Oh, it's okay, ma'am. I don't mean you no harm.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
You all right there?
Who are you?
Oh, it's okay, ma'am. I don't mean you no harm.
Well, it makes no difference now. If an outlaw or a wild animal doesn't get me, starvation will. We came out here from the city in search of a different life. Something true, something real. All this squandering and indulgence, we wanted to strip it away, to find something authentic. What a pair of fools.
Is there a train station or a town I can take you to?
No, I can't give up now. He wouldn't want that. I can't have it. I'm gonna do this for you, Cal.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Is there anything left for you to eat?
Nothing. No, we didn't know the first thing about hunting. We couldn't even catch a darn mouse. If you need any poisonous berries, though, I'm a natural at finding those.
Well, you ain't gonna last much longer out here if you don't know how to hunt. Come on. I'll show you.
All right. But you better not try any funny business. You know, I may be weak, but I still know how to stand up for myself.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Come on. Tell me, you ever skin an animal before?
No, but then again, I haven't caught much of anything either.
Well, you'll need to know how to do both if you're gonna survive out here.
I am all too aware. So where should we head for?
Let's try in the trees down there, near the river. What happened to your husband, if you don't mind me asking?
A bear got him. It was horrifying. He survived, but only for a couple of days. I buried him a week ago.
I'm sorry.
This was really his dream more than mine. I'd have hopped the next train back to Chicago if he'd said the word. But now, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I have to do this.
I understand. Yes. This is a good spot.
What are we looking for?
Well, I think we should start with something small, don't you? I kill it, you skin it. Sound fair?
Skin it? But I don't even have a knife with me.
Well, don't worry, you won't need one. Now, take a look around for any movement.
I don't see anything.
Shh, just keep your eyes peeled. dope.
Oh! Oh.
Got it.
Oh! Good shot.
Okay then, go on. Time to get your hands dirty.
How do I mean... What do I do?
Just hold the legs tight and pull the skin away quickly. Should come right off.
Good shot, she says, after I miss.
Oh my! It worked.
That is all there is to it. You did good.
I think I've seen enough blood for one day. Do you mind if we head back now?
Sure, I'll walk you back. You did good. That should keep you fed for a few days.
Oh yes, at least. Thank you so much.
I mean, this really ain't such a bad spot. You got a good water source. It's remote, but you can survive here all right.
I have no doubt that one can survive here. Whether Charlotte Balfour can is a different matter entirely. You've probably lived your whole life in the outdoors.
Oh, a lot of it, that's for sure.
I'd barely left the city before coming here. Cal spent his summers growing up at his grandparents' lodge in Maine, but I get the impression they did more punting than hunting.
Right.
Oh, Lord. No. We're done for now.
Wolves, stay back. Must have smelled the dead rabbit.
Do something, please.
Dang. I didn't know they'd actually go for her.
You see, if you hadn't been here, I'd be dead now.
You got a rifle?
Yes. Well, my husband's.
I suggest you learn how to use it. Now, come on, let's get you home.
Since we got here, it feels like every step forward has come with 100 steps back. People always talk about the simplicity of country life, but there's nothing simple about any of this.
Well, I guess we only know what we know.
Oh, please. I'm sure it wouldn't take you too long to adjust to a life of privilege and indolence in the big city.
I don't know about that. It sounds awful.
Oh, it is. A truly empty and boring existence. But an undeniably easy one. I still can't believe he's gone. Thank you. That was the first time anyone's done anything nice for us. For me. Since we got here.
Nature provides, but she sure don't always make it easy.
That she doesn't. I'd invite you in, but I'm dead on my feet, if you'll forgive the pun. Please do call again sometime, though. A good rest, and hopefully I'll be a new woman.
You take care, man.
So like I said, Hamish and Charlotte are definitely on my tops for strangers throughout the story. And we'll definitely be back to see both of them.
morning.
Good morning. Easy there, girl.
Good, I guess.
Dear sir, you were once very kind to Beau and myself, and it pains me to ask you to show us further kindness. But I have nowhere else to turn, and nobody else upon whom I can impose. I will, of course, pay you handsomely for your troubles. My family have turned quite mad and are threatening to send me away to stop my work, which they say is disgracing them. As if their history of absolute moral depravity, utter debauchery, and perpetual drunkenness did not disgrace them enough. I must escape, yet I am kept prisoner here. Can you help? Most days I am to be found at the cabins on the plantation. The main house and all it stood for are thankfully no more. Yours faithfully, Penelope Braithwaite.
You know, despite what you might think about Beau and Penelope, kind of depending on what your thoughts are on them in general, I'd say this is kind of a nice surprise. Hopefully it gives you a chance to, help them out and get them out of the situation they're in because of their families, even if they probably did bring some of it on themselves. Because I always liked the two of them. Let's do... I'll just give them at least a few hours. Let me go back. Go back. And 27's the old one we read. So it must just be New Hanover Gazette number 32. I don't think I wrote down 31 then, and I gotta go check that. Because I'm pretty sure we did 31. So let's do 32. Yeah, we definitely haven't read this yet. Shootout at trolley station, dozens dead. Thieves escaped on trolley, flee on police wagon, crime wave continues. Thieves in the midst of robbing the Saint Denis trolley station were surprised by police and a vicious gun battle ensues across large tracts of the city. Shots rang out for a considerable period and residents fled the area. Their options limited by the bravery of our police officers, the robbers managed to hijack a trolley and head out into the streets of Saint Denis, striking fear into the streetgoers and scattering widows and personal property as they... windows. That doesn't make sense. Shattering windows and personal property as they exchanged gunfire with the law. The trolley eventually crashed into a grand spectacle, but the culprits shot their way through a garrison of law enforcement and fled on a police wagon. The horror that was unleashed stretched throughout the city, with citizens aghast at the trail of destruction and worrying for the health and safety of their families. Wow, okay, Bill, I think that was Bill. A special meeting of the town council has been called and officials will seek a remedy of what is being called a wave of crime in what is normally a relatively peaceful city. The news fashionable gaiety, garden parties, and readings of Evelyn Miller. American high society thrives on spectacle, and there is no bigger trend than the dinner dances, musicals, and garden parties attended by the elites of the era, and that of the writings of Evelyn Miller. His musings on nature, simplicity, and the rights of savages are all the topics of conversation over a luncheon or mild tea. His ideas seem to penetrate the aristocratic cranium in such a way that readers can speak of little else. In some circles, they seem to prefer that the thoughts of Mr. Miller become social law. Indeed, Mr. Miller spends plenty of time in the social strata where he is a topic of conversation. He is often seen at a garden party and was present at the famed mayor's ball in Saint Denis this year, which is where we were with the guys, the boys, while visiting the region on a sabbatical from his teaching job in New Haven, Connecticut. While it was surely a delightful social life discussing philosophy while watching regattas or in mansions with fashionable people, it is this newspaper's opinion that at the heart of Mr. Miller's writings is a basic disdain for others who, due to social position, have not achieved his level of enlightenment. He, like others of his kind, is a dandy and a fraud masquerading as a man of nature and the arts. We as people can do better than worship this false idol. Evelyn Miller's actually a pretty cool guy from what I know of him. He was the one helping out the Native Americans, and he's the author that Dutch likes to read. The Indian Trouble. Wapiti quarrel with U.S. agents. Indian discontent has taken many forms, and many say it is poised to boil over once more. The ungrateful Indian can wax poetic about a time when all land was his, and grumble about his limited quarters, confined to reservations, all he wants. But the facts are the facts. The United States of America has been particularly generous to the red man, and yet they repeatedly claim mistreatment. However, there is nothing preventing any citizen of the United States from leaving, and so too should the red man consider leaving for Europe or Canada or more likely Mexico, which does not impose tax or laws on times of season in which one can hunt game. Currently, most full-blooded Indians are quite content to accept the very generous allowance given by the U.S. government, yet there are still some tribes who prefer conflict as their warring nature cannot leave their system. Take, for instance, in our region, the Wapiti Reservation and the Grizzlies, where tensions with the Army regiment stationed at nearby Fort Wallace are growing, and some fear an all-out return to the bloody days of the Indian Wars. Colonel Henry Favors, officer in command of the local regiment, has seen a dispatch to Washington warning of a possible return to armed hostilities as the Indians have failed to abide by treaties that we signed in good faith. Indians claim that the Army is withholding supplies and medicine and that sickness is rife, all of which are falsehoods meant to further hostilities. We will stay with this story as events unfold, and you know we are going to get involved with this because we have a line into the natives here with Charles. And they've come to us for help too. So if you recall back, we know what's going on with some of this at least. Cornwall wants the oil on their land, essentially, is the big part of it. And I don't remember, I know the name Colonel Favors. I believe he's the one running the regiment in this area, and as you could probably guess, not a good guy. And generous allowance, on their own land. If you recall back, Hosea was kind of talking about some of the history of this with Arthur at the end of chapter 1, when we bridged into chapter 2, when we came off the mountain into New Hanover. So, maybe we should just burn this kind of news. Alright, Guarma Island sugar boom. Fusar called friends of the U.S. Cuban imports on the rise. And now, of course, we know more about this because we've been to Guarma. Rail baron and industrial titan Leviticus Cornwall stood next to a ship unloading Cuban sugar from the island of Guarma and hailed a new era of cooperation between the two countries. After making 2 trips to the region to tour sugar plantations and signing an exclusive purchase order with the governor of Guarma, imports are on the rise. Cornwall had called local governor Alberto Fusar a great friend of America. I did not know he was governor. I thought he was a military leader, and that was it. I suppose if I suppose maybe that actually probably goes hand in hand, I suppose, with the situation. However, the boom is undercutting the U.S. sugar industry and resulting in the loss of American jobs. Detractors call Fusar a controversial figure who is flamboyant at times and cruel at others, and has Guarma under a quasi-military rule. Yes, that's exactly what's going on. His security force is reportedly feared across the island, with plantation workers often working 14-hour shifts to keep up. Sounds about right. A gang hideout discovered at Clemens Point, believed to be Vanderlyn gang, was deserted only days before. So this is going back to Chapter 3, if you remember when Milton and Ross showed up, the Pinkertons. Law agents and others on the trail of the Vanderlyn gang say they have discovered the remains of a camp that no doubt served as the base of operations as the gang robbed, terrorized, and killed citizens across Scarlet Meadows area recently. The rather large area was well organized, and based on the footprint of the operation, it appears that more people are involved in the thieving organization than officials pursuing the gang originally thought. The Vanderlyn gang is wanted for a string of robberies and murders, most notably the Blackwater boat heist, where close to $150,000 was stolen. Ranchers in the area report missing livestock, and one man, Thaddeus Rivington, reported to police that his teenage daughter has disappeared and joined the gang, which he says serves as the only explanation as to why she wouldn't want to finish the process of discernment and joining a local convent. Thaddeus Rivington reported police that his teenage daughter has disappeared and joined the gang. I don't remember anybody joining us recently. I wonder if that's like a referral to like, I don't know anybody in the camps that name is Rivington. Maybe that was Jenny's name? That wasn't, that could be it. I wonder if that was Jenny's name. I'd have to go back and look, I'm not sure. Mayor's Gala was grand. Wealthy attend annual soiree. The annual High Society Gala, known by Saint Denis Mayor Henri Lemieux at his mansion this year, went late into the night, with champagne flowing, a string quartet serenading guests, and fireworks filling the night skies. The eclectic roster of high-profile guests included the industrialist Archibald Jameson, war hero Major Hobart Crawley, the banker Gilbert Knightley, and proprietor of the Saint Denis Times-Tribune Hector Fellows. Also, somewhat controversially in attendance was Angelo Bronte, a generous benefactor to the city of Saint Denis, but also believed to have ties to the unsavory business interests, which we know some of that had to do with moonshine, the moonshine operation with the Braithwaites, and of course us, to an extent. Bombardment of the stars, magnificent showers of meteors. There was great disappointment felt last year when the predicted meteor shower did not appear. Astronomers the world over wondered in the shower if the shower had been given up as lost or merely delayed a year. However, amateur astronomers have been sending in dispatches regarding sightings of meteor showers near Roanoke Ridge in New Hanover after a large meteor hit there. And that's where we are actually right now, in the Roanoke Ridge area. And I do believe we can find these meteors, so maybe that's something we'll do if we have time. These space particles intersect with the Earth, combusting into brilliant showers of light, and are thought to be residual debris from the system that produced the massive meteor that recently fell and created a sizable crater in the area. Some have flocked to the crater, claiming that the space debris has healing powers, okay, while others claim this to be unsubstantiated and ludicrous conjecture. Yeah, I would agree with that. Chicago Negroes hold anti-lynching service, protest against lynching a popular reverend in Georgia. The body of Reverend Benson Floyd, the man who was implicated in the Chandler murder, was found hanging from a branch of persimmon tree in small hamlet in Georgia. Despite many protests of his innocence by his employer and white members of the community, a mob convicted him by a roadside here and strung him up to hang after mutilating the body. Floyd had been implicated by another Negro, Otto Luther, who was hanged in the Chandler murder, and in a final confession said it was the preacher who had paid him to murder Chandler. Many believe this story to be a falsehood, as Luther resented Reverend Floyd's chastising him for his sinful ways. In response to the lynchings, many of the 30,000 colored residents of Chicago are arranging a series of protests to be held in churches. Community leaders have called for a calm and civilized discussions. And I doubt they're going to be that, but okay. A battle of blood. Veterans remember Fort Brennan. It was a gorgeous fort, by all accounts, sat in the Roanoke Ridge southwest of Van Horn, predating the war that was to destroy it. A Union garrison was long stationed there, as it had been since the region was the frontier, watching over the usually calm and tranquil river passage nearby. However, one quiet night during the war, this calm was shattered and the fort would be no more. Confederate soldiers climbed nearby trees and fired down into the fortress. They then battered and broke through the north gate, outnumbering the forces stationed there. Events descended into a massacre, the details of which are still contested. A memorial is planned for the site, and I do believe that's the fort where we took a bounty in Saint Denis to get the head of the Lemoyne Raiders, the Lemony Raiders, and I believe that was the fort he was at, because that was a Dead or Alive one, and I'm pretty sure I killed him right away. And we got lynched twice trying to get him back to Saint Denis. Mayor Lemieux resigns. Okay, so this is after we. This is pretty close to when we hit the bank, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or close to. Plagued by scandal, the mayor of Saint Denis has abruptly resigned as questions began to surface in regards to his ties to organized crime. Mayor Lemieux's recent programs of cultural enrichment and democratization involved the collection of the Saint Denis Gallery, which is beginning to gain national recognition after a surprise endorsement from Professor Shiftaker, or Shipface, is that what they called him, of Yale University. He also worked to secure a huge endowment from newspaper owner Hector Fellows for construction of a library. And thanks to us, that's how those things ended up turning around. But thanks to Jean-Marc, things came to light. The mayor's assistant, Jean-Marc Mercier, has assumed the post and vowed to press on with the programs with a new spirit of transparency and principle in honor of the work begun by Lemieux. Okay. Explosions and chaos. Fiery coach robbery. Robbers used dynamite. That's got to be us, right? All was quiet, and the air still as an explosion ripped through the Bulls Overland coach traveling from Scarlet Meadows. In an unabashed robbery, the highwaymen dispensed with stopping the coach and ordering turnover of valuables. Instead, they planted dynamite on the road, and as the coach rolled over it, ignited the explosives with a gunshot. In the resulting chaos, the thieves looted the coach of its valuables and quickly dispersed. A representative for the Bulls Overland Company said that it was the most daring and deadly of recent robbery attempts, with little to no concern for life and limb of the victims. I believe that's the one we did with Micah and Bill. So that's how we stopped the coach. Could be another one, too. We may have done that a couple times. We've done quite a few stagecoach robberies, if I think about it. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill, and I cannot state this enough that I can't stand this guy. Largemouth bass. My well-appointed study contains a plethora of mounted trophies, most notably among them countless magnificent examples of largemouth bass. These feisty creatures are like trained acrobats and make any keen angler's best friend and worst foe. They flash and fin and jump and leap towards the heavens, all the while the excited angler shouts with joy. Once a very rich woman, upon visiting my trophy room, became overwhelmed by the vapors, and matters got really rather indiscreet. But that is not a subject a gentleman ever discusses in the pages of a newspaper. I'm not even going to read into that any more than my mind already has, and no comment. Indigenous to the open, flowing water, bass are finicky, preferring rain to sunshine and crawfish to lures. Once they strike, fight with all you can and do not let go. Happy fighting. It'll be well worth it when you win a battle. Whew, that's a lot. Right, why bring that up? If you're not going to write about it, don't bring it up. Come on. I really hate that guy so much. Fortunately, we have not met him in this playthrough yet. Alright. Okay, so I don't remember if I read this part. Yeah, we read this part. Yep. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't meet him at all. We could still meet him. I know where he is. I've been avoiding him. You know, if you follow through with his storyline, you have to catch all legendary fish. And the conclusion of it is worth doing, but meeting him is not. So we read this page. Okay, Sisika Penitentiary from the air. And so that's where John was. Sadie Adler and I rescued Marston from prison, where he was awaiting hanging, spied on them in a balloon, an event which was amazing and awful and I thought would kill me quicker than this illness. Later, Sadie and I rescued him, while getting shot at. I did it for Abigail, of course, in her own way, the finest woman I know, but also for Jack and I guess Marston himself. I kind of like him. And yeah, I see Arthur is really throws a lot of shade at John early on in the story, but if you pay attention, you can see the two of them getting a little bit closer and closer as the chapters go by. We've argued over the years, but I've grown to care a little for him. He's less of a fool than he was, and maybe he can have the luck that has eluded me. Jack is an innocent little boy. In him, I see what I missed. We did it, Mrs. Adler and me, and then got attacked by Dutch. I went behind his back, sure, and he never likes that, but I suppose the years of blind loyalty is at an end. Loyal, yes, but not blind. Not until he opens his eyes to the hell we are in, and who his friends really are. Micah, I no longer trust whatsoever, nor do I trust half of them nor myself. Whole thing is a mess, and I cannot think clearly. And I've said from day one I couldn't stand Micah, and I'm going to tell you, every person that pretty much I've ever talked to in any way who's ever played this or I've ever watched has said they don't like Micah, they don't trust Micah. I like the fact that Arthur puts that down in the journal, but come on, Arthur, really? That should have been in the journal from day one. You already knew he was bad business from the Blackwater incident. Let's see. I do not know what that is. That's got to be Latin or something, right? This is Cornwall. Okay. Dutch in his infinite wisdom decided to shoot Leviticus Cornwall. I know that can bring a lot of bad karma our way, a lot of heat our way. I'm not entirely against that, though. That guy needed to go. I do not like Cornwall. Now, I'm not saying Cornwall did not need shooting. See, Arthur and me, like minds here. But I don't think it was quite our place to act as his judge and executioner. At this point, I think it was going to come to a head either way. Micah and Dutch seem to be planning something. Seems like what they both want most of all is all of us dead. Yes, I would almost agree with that. Dutch doesn't want the group to break up. Micah keeps pushing for it, to cut people loose and just keep the muscle around, basically. Because Micah is a greedy bastard, as far as I'm concerned. And Micah's also a nasty killer, too. If you listen to the things he says about how he doesn't leave trails behind, how he's willing to just go out and kill people just to cut ties with them and make sure they can't follow him, that's not the kind of person you want to be running with. And, okay, so this is Hamish. Met a one-legged man, war veteran, interesting fella. Said to come by his cabin on the other side of O'Creagh's Run. Maybe I will. And we will definitely be going to see Hamish. He's a cool guy. And nothing on Charlotte, but we'll go back to see her eventually. Alright, that is a good place to close things out. To recap, we did a few things this time, and we got caught up with some papers and journal entries and all that. But we essentially started off by meeting up with Sadie, kind of off at the shore, kind of off from the Sisika Penitentiary, kind of following up on what we did last time when we scoped the place out for John, and we went and essentially broke him out, which ended in a huge hail of bullets, which was quite wild. That plan, I'm like, that was like a death sentence run there, so I'm like, we're quite lucky to get out, I think. After that, we followed up by meeting Dutch in, is it Annisburg? I think we were in Annisburg. And initially, Dutch was not too happy about us breaking John out. He said he had a plan for this, and he wanted, and that he would have come for John. But to me, I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. I don't think he would. If you recall back to Chapter 5, when we were in Guarma, he was talking about how John was, something about John or Abigail. He was kind of implying that it may not even have just all been in Guarma, but he implied that how Abigail got away, but Hosea didn't. And how the Pinkertons showed up really quick. I think somewhere in there, maybe it was before Guarma even, he commented on on something about John, like he just didn't trust him, like he was making implications. He didn't come out and say it, but maybe they were both on Guarma. But anyways, we followed up with him by meeting him and Micah in Annisburg, and we ended up killing Leviticus Cornwall once and for all. And I don't know, I kind of agree with both Dutch and Arthur on this. On one side, I'm not an eye for an eye type of person. I'm not the type of person, there's certain things that you can't really say about yourself, but I don't see myself as the type of person that could kill in cold blood or maybe even kill in general. But just the fact that they kind of executed him out of nowhere, and it's not like it's anything they haven't done before. And so in that sense, I don't know if I necessarily agree with Arthur on that. But I feel like Cornwall had to go. In that sense, I agree with Dutch and Micah that eventually he had to go because he's the one who's bankrolling the Pinkertons. He's the one who has them on our backs. And while I blame Micah for most of this, if it weren't for Cornwall, who knows? They may not have caught up with us quite as quickly as they have, or may not have caught up with us at all. I think eventually they would have caught up with us, but I feel like Dutch is too flashy. He brings too much attention to us, and Cornwall is now bankrolling this and pushing that on us. So there's a part of me that feels like he had to go, and there's a part of me that feels like, yeah, I kind of agree with Arthur. One, this is attracting too much more attention towards us. Now the Pinkertons know we were there. They know they're on top of us, and and it's just making a big mess of things. And I know Arthur's kind of coming from a point of morality, but I don't know if that's necessarily outside the realm of what this group has done. So outside of my morality, sure. Outside of what they do, I don't know as much. Anyways, we followed up after that by heading up north and running into a couple of new strangers. First was the veteran, Hamish Sinclair, who had been kicked off, bucked off by his horse, and he's missing a leg, so we kind of helped him regain the leg, and he offered to, go hunting and fishing with us. Hunting and fishing, second to none. And so we'll kind of meet up with him later again, I'm sure. And then we met the widow, Charlotte Balfour, who was living out in the woods with her husband, and the two of them are city folk. He wanted to live out in the woods. It was always a dream of his to have a more simple, secluded life, but simple and secluded for them. Seclusion in the woods like that for them is not simple because they're not used to this. And so her husband ended up dying in a bear attack, and she's out there basically, barely getting by, essentially. So we kind of taught her a little bit about hunting, and so we'll kind of follow up with her later and see how she's doing as well. So with that being said, let us officially close things out for the day. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later.